there are a lot of people who are very concerned out there who voted for this administration. But they wrote it all down in Project 2025. I guess we should have paid a little closer attention to what was in that. I read the agriculture section. I know it better than I probably should. But it was there. It was all in writing. We probably should have paid closer attention to it. I'll just say this. I think it's time for this administration to recognize who put them into office, and also to understand that these people are hurting, and this only adds to the hurt that they're already dealing with.
I'm going to try to get through this without crying. My name is Louise, and me and my family own a wheat farm in Kansas. We are all certainly lifelong Republicans, and we were so happy to vote for Trump in all 3 of his elections. However, we were certainly not aware that he was going to put a funding freeze on all USAID. 100% of our wheat produce is bought by USAID and shipped out of the country. So our farm is completely bankrupt. We have no customer. We had this whole deal with the US government, and now that is just gone in a second. And we are completely decimated. USAID buys about $2 billion worth of American farmers' goods annually, and every single one of those farms is in the same boat as us now. It's a sinking boat. He didn't consider us at all when he made these decisions, and it would be impossible for any world leader to do something that could negatively affect us more than what Trump has done to us. And we voted for him.
Hey family, welcome back to Echo Room Vibes. I hope you guys are all staying well, taking care of yourselves, and keeping your mental peace intact. Because today's story, it's got irony, politics, and a healthy dose of you reap what you sow. Quite literally, because it's about a wheat farmer in Kansas. So guys, let's dive into the rest of the video, and we'll be back for more commentary.
And we were so happy to vote for Trump in all 3 of his elections.
But now they're losing their farm. So now they care. See, this is what's wrong with this country, is that people don't care about others till it affects them. They knew all the messed up stuff he was doing to everyone, but now that it affects them, now they care. I don't want to hear any of this crying from farmers that voted for Trump anymore. Y'all voted for this. Y'all deal with the consequences. Period.
Meet Luis, a lifelong Republican wheat farmer who voted for Trump not once, not twice, but all 3 times. She said she was thrilled to do it. She said that she wants him to fight for people just like her. But here's the reality that she's facing right now. Her farm now is gone, bankrupt. She had a government contract to sell 100% of her wheat to USAID. That deal was vanished overnight. The buyers, gone. The money, gone. And here's where the irony cuts deep. Luis admits that 70% of her workforce were indeed undocumented immigrants. The very same people, the lives and livelihoods she voted to upend. And now they're not showing up to work. And without them, her business has collapsed. Luis is on TikTok now, literally about 5 videos, blaming Trump for not protecting farmers like her. But here's the thing. These policies were never designed to protect your farm, Luis. And if you were literally educated, you would have took 2 minutes to research and find that out for yourself. These policies were designed to make a point, no matter who got hurt. Even his own voters. So, Luis, actions have consequences. And sometimes, they come for you first.
So welcome back, guys. Here's the setup. A woman named Louise, lifelong Republican, lifelong Trump supporter, voted for him in all 3 of his elections, takes to social media on the verge of tears. And I'm not talking madly upset tears. I mean my whole world just collapsed tears. She explains that she and her family's farm 100% of whose wheat was purchased by USAID, that is, U.S. Agency for International Development, is now bankrupt. Why? Because Trump froze all USAID funding. Just like that, their only customer was gone. That program buys about $2 billion worth of U.S. farmers' goods every year. And when it vanished, farms like hers didn't just get hurt, they sank like a stone. Now, let's pause and break this down. Louise says they were blindsided, that they never imagined Trump will make a policy decision that will devastate them. But here's the first big thing. USAID is not a charity program for farmers. It's a massive economic pipeline. American farmers grow surplus crops, USAID buys them, and they get shipped overseas for food assistance programs. That's jobs, that's income, that's stability. Remove that, and rural farming communities get crushed. So here's the irony. This was the guy, their peak. They had a seat in the political bus, right up in the front row, and now that bus just ran over their livelihood. But the reaction online, that's where it got messy. Another TikTok creator and many others basically said, "Oh, now you care? Where was that compassion when his policies hurt other people?" And this is where I think the conversation gets important, because what's being called out here is selective empathy. There's a pattern in American politics, especially in rural, majority white conservative communities, of not paying attention to government harm until that harm lands on your doorstep. When families at the border were being separated, crickets. When black farmers were warning about being pushed out of agriculture, silence. When pandemic relief was uneven and small towns struggle, still nothing. But now that a Trump policy hit their farm, suddenly there's shock, betrayal, tears. And I'm not saying that to mock pain. Losing your livelihood is devastating, but it's also worth asking, why does empathy in America seem to come with a proximity clause? If it's happening to other people, it's politics. If it's happening to me, it's injustice. Let's also be real. Farming in America has been in crisis for decades. Small family farms have been disappearing under the weight of corporate agribusiness, trade wars with China, climate change impact, volatile commodity prices. All of this has been squeezing rural America, and yet many farmers kept voting for policies that favored big corporations over small producers, because the campaign messaging made them believe your struggles are caused by immigrants, welfare recipients, or environmental regulations, not the billion-dollar agribusiness lobby writing the farm bills. So now, here's Louise realizing that a farm, something generations built, can be destroyed not by illegals or city liberals, but by a pen stroke from the politician she trusted most. The online backlash is partly frustration. People are tired of watching communities vote for policies that hurt vulnerable groups first, and then act blindsided when those same policies eventually hurt them too. Is that "we told you this will happen" energy. But there's also a bigger takeaway. This is a rare moment when cause and effect are crystal clear. It's not abstract. It's not "maybe this will hurt you someday." It's immediate. You voted for the man, he cut the program that literally kept your business alive, and now you are bankrupt. That's a direct line, and people are pointing it out. I think this story is also a wake-up call about how interconnected we all are. Rural farmers selling wheat to feed programs overseas, urban workers paying taxes that fund those programs, international aid that doubles as domestic economic support. These systems are woven together. You can't just pull one thread without unraveling the whole thing. So where does that leave Louise? Well, she's now part of a bigger group of farmers facing the same crisis. And I'll bet you a bushel of Kansas wheat that some of those farmers are quietly rethinking their votes. Not because they suddenly became Democrats, but because they finally saw in real time how political loyalty doesn't protect you from political consequences. And if you zoom out, this is the lesson for all of us. Don't wait until a policy wrecks your life to care about whether it's just fair or sustainable, because by the time it hits you, the damage might already be permanent. That's all for this one, fam. Much love to the original creator who shared a perspective, and to everyone who staged, reacted, and kept this conversation alive. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this will change how rural voters see Trump, or it will just be another case of hurt but still loyal? From Echo Room Vibes, peace out.